This is Mark Tronson from the Australian Missionary News. I have here with me today Abe Andrews. Abe is the chaplain on the Professional Surfing World Tour. Abe, tell me about your background.
Well, I'm 27. I grew up on the Sunshine Coast, and I grew up surfing and being part of Christian surfers, and I'm also a teacher, and I've been a chaplain on the World Tour for the last 2 years now, and I'm married to my beautiful wife Lisa, and living here on the Gold Coast.
Okay, now, how did you become the chaplain?
Well, I was approached through Christian surfers to do a trial of the chaplaincy at the Quicksilver Pro at Snapper Rocks in 2008, and then from there I went and just became more involved in the chaplaincy, and then last year they approached me to travel with the surfers and supporting the surfers on the World Tour. So that's 10 events around the world, working with the surfers in personal well-being, so whatever it might be, whether it's physical needs or emotional, spiritual needs as well.
Okay,
yeah.
Now, your wife Lisa has played a very special role in this. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, Lisa is an amazing woman of God, and she's really supportive, not just to me doing this role, but also to the women and the wives and girlfriends of the surfers. We work together as a couple to model a positive marriage and to the surfers, and we try and work, I guess, to support not just the surfers but to support their families, because the surfers need help, but so do the families at times, you know. So that's what we're there for. And
that the wives often talk to each other much more than the men.
Yeah, that's definitely true. Yeah.
Okay, now, what do you see as a major potential?
Well, obviously, you know, the chaplaincy is still pretty new, and so I've worked pretty hard at building relationships with the World Pro Tour surfers, and there's definitely a potential for the chaplaincy to develop more, for, you know, me to grow those relationships stronger, and also just to see, you know, chaplaincy being utilised a lot more by the surfers. There's also the potential for the chaplaincy to go from being just on the World Tour to being, you know, in local surf clubs around Australia as well and around the world, to see, you know, at every surfing competition, whether it's at a junior level or whether it's a professional level, to see chaplains at those events as well.
Okay, now, what would you say would be a single major issue as a chaplain just that you're picking up on?
Well, obviously, like the world's best surfers, they live a pretty glamorous lifestyle, some people might think, but at the same time they're professional athletes. They have pretty strict training regimes as well as, you know, diets, and they compete, you know, to be the best in the world, and there's a lot of stress and pressure on them to do that. There's the stress of traveling, finances as well in that, but probably one of the biggest things is, you know, seeing the surfers reach the top of their game, and sort of feeling, I guess, a lack or an emptiness once they achieve their goals, time and time again, to feel all of a sudden that that's not fulfilling their life anymore. They lose passion for the sport and lose passion for what they're doing, and they resort to other means as a result of that.
And of course, just the message of Jesus has a very important part to play in that.
Yeah, well, you know, Jesus gives people hope, you know, and the surfers, you know, there's times when they feel that hopeless, I guess, and I guess it's not necessarily preaching to the surfers, but just modelling that hope that Jesus has given me, modelling that to the surfers and loving them regardless of how well they surf, just loving them because they're human beings that deserve love.
Abe is short for Abraham.
Yeah.
Now, Abraham, in that song says that Abraham had many sons.
Yeah.
Now, what does Lisa say about this?
Well, we haven't got kids yet, so hopefully, yeah.
Okay. Well, this is Mark Tronson signing off for the Australian Missionary News.
Cheers.